Chapter 3 The First Man to Walk on the Moon. On a clear summer night, little Jay sat on the terrace with Grandpa, gazing at the moon and the stars. Many questions arose in his mind. Looking for answers to those questions, Jay broke the silence.
Are there people like us on the moon, Dada?
The question did not surprise the grey-haired man. Looking into the questioning eyes of his grandson, Inder smiled.
No, my child, but I can tell you the story of the man who first set foot on the moon.
Making himself comfortable on his chair, Jay was all ears for the story his grandpa was going to narrate.
On 16th of July 1969, 3 very brave men set off on a space mission in Apollo 11 to the moon.
What is Apollo 11, Dada?
Apollo 11 was the first space flight that helped humans reach the moon. These astronauts...
Who are astronauts?
Jay interrupted.
An astronaut is a person who goes into outer space in a spacecraft.
What were their names?
Asked Jay.
Oh, yes. Neil Armstrong was the mission commander. He went to the moon with Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins. Armstrong and Aldrin landed on the moon in a lander named Eagle. They were the first people to land on the moon and walk on its surface. When Armstrong took the first step on the moon, he said, "That's one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind." Collins did not land. He circled the moon in the Apollo capsule. Armstrong and Aldrin spent more than 2 hours outside their spacecraft on the moon. They studied the surface, collected rocks as samples, and took photographs. Do you know the first footprints on the moon may remain there for 1,000,000 years? The moon has no wind to blow them away,
Said Grandpa.
Tell me more about Neil Armstrong, Dada,
Jay said.
Neil Armstrong retired from NASA, the American Space Research Organization, after Apollo 11. In 1971, he became a college professor. He taught until 1979. Later, he became a businessman. He stayed active in groups that studied space and aeronautics. Neil Armstrong died on 25th of August 2012. He was 82. He has inspired many astronauts who came after him.
Jay sat looking at the stars, wondering whether he would be able to go to space one day, like Neil Armstrong did so many years ago. All ears, listening very attentively. Space flight. Space travel with a crew aboard a spacecraft. Capsule. The part of a spacecraft in which the people in it live. Aeronautics, the science or practice of building or flying aircraft. Inspired, made people think that they want to do something and can achieve it. Say aloud. Sir and Z sounds. Read aloud the words given in the 2 rows. Do you notice a difference in the sound made by the last S in the following words? Row 1. Lips. Astronauts. Rockets. Rocks. Grass. Heaps. Row 2. Ears. Soldiers. Capsules. Pebbles. Trees. Pieces. The words in the first row end with an S sound, while those in the second row end with a Z sound. Read aloud the words given below. Circle the words with the Z sound. Busy, pass, rabbits, birds, cousin, sister, safe, fuse, praise, plates, miser, mouse.